Ladies, and obviously green meanies. Not that you will be able to see it perhaps quite that well against the green screen. Don't know yet. See what happens when I stitch it all together. But this is terrific. So let's have a listen. I'll say what I can. Let's crack on. Right, so it is pick-up time, obs, but what I will promise you is, faithfully, upon the holy contents of my wallet, that I have, since all that bending that we've just done now, I have not touched the tuning pegs. This thing is absolutely rock solid. Who needs a robot? So... and that is the bridge pickup into the centre. And onto the neck. Well, it seems to play David Bowie perfectly adequately. Let's have a listen to see how we clean up. And starting with the bridge pickup, we're all flat out here, there's no push-pull things to concern ourselves about. Into the centre. What an absolutely astonishing instrument, make no mistake. Right, let's have a jolly good look round, tell you what I can. Yeah, so what do I like, what don't I like? Well, there's an awful lot to like, and there's a couple of things not to like. For a start, I'll tell you what, right out the gate, what I do like is, and I have to be totally honest about this, I do like the ordinary tuners. I like G-Force tuners. They are super duper, they're nice and quick, dead simple, lovely jubbly, but the first generation, what the hell are they called? Tech, begins with a T, you know the word. Anyway, they were slow and they were clunky and they were as ugly as sin. But on the other hand, they were the world's first, as far as I know. They were the world's first standard production items. So yes, but I've got to tell you, I like this miles better, and I have been bending the living daylights out of this, and I can't make it go out of tune. I don't use alternate tunings. If you're Keith Richards, maybe you might have liked to have kept it original, but hey ho. So what do I like, what do I not like? I like, obviously, so we've got rid of those, we've got ordinary stuff on. The pickups are absolutely awesome. However, we've got this Nutric jack socket here, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. Well, it's just a thing, and you've got to, and I know it's not a big deal, so you've just got to press it in to eject your jack plug. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. And it answers a question, I think, that nobody ever asked. And especially in these days of, because everybody is using those. So the Nutric socket, which was designed really to stop you standing on your lead and pulling the thing out of your guitar because it locks it in place. It's the whole idea is now a little bit redundant. So yes, and the other thing about it is that you can't measure the pickup impedance in the normal way because of the way it's designed. There are other ways to do it, obviously, but quite frankly, life's too short. So, but what I will tell you is, pickup-wise, I know it's all topsy-turvy, but pickup-wise, these are popping out. The 498T pops out about best part of 14. So certainly in the very hot league of Gibson pickups, the 490 are they put out 8 roughly. As we know, they are your more common, or not common, but the most widely used variant of Gibson pickups, and they are superb, and they do give you that ooh at the top, as hopefully you'll have heard. So yes, all mahogany construction, mahogany neck set into a mahogany body, easy for me to say, and this comes with absolutely free, no extra charge. You do get the metal flake striations, as with really so very many, and they're roughly, well, that's roughly everywhere really. But in terms of actual wear, I do hope that you can see this, because it might not come across with that green screen, but anyway, we'll do the best that we can. There's plenty of, you might have seen it better on that cheeky midweeker, but certainly we've got plenty of striations, but it's just a Gibson feature. It's just ordinary for Gibson. It's not, again, not a good thing, not a bad thing, just a thing. And certainly front on, you know, you can't see it. So, right, so this was originally a robot. We've got the see-through cavity control covers there, and this one has been properly de-roboted. Now, I've unroboted others before, and all I've done is taken off the guts at the top here, well, not the tuners at the top, which just unscrew and drop off dead easy, and replace them with, I think I use Clusen Wafflebacks, because these are slightly smaller peghead aperture, coming in at 8.9mm, whereas regular machines come in, modern regular machines come in 10mm holes. So the 8.9mm is the like your historic peg head aperture size. Cool, that's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? Anyway, so the thing about these is it's kind of a studio body. And did you know that studios are only, I think, something like 1/8 of an inch less thick than a standard? Anyways, so it's a regular studio body, mahogany with a maple cap, and it's got and it does have a nice pop belly on it. I think that's quite sexy. I like that. It's got the original pickups, and I think we've now got the CTS pop there instead of that master control and what have you. It's a beauty. It really is a beauty. So an ordinary, you know, run-of-the-mill Stocktail and Tunematic in place of the ceramically insulated or isolated Stocktail that used to be in there, and the automatically intonatable bridge, which I still think is witchcraft. So, however, when we move away from the body, apart from the fact that you've got like a really hot pickup in the bridge, when you move away from the body and you go up to the neck, which does have an ebony fretboard, the neck is bound like standards are. I'm not a fan of nib end binding, but there it is. There you go. Why am I not a fan of nib end binding? Because if you do need to level the frets, which you don't on this, they're perfect, then you've just got to be really careful around it, and that's my only reason, really. So yes, ebony fretboard. Now, you see, I'm looking at those trapezoid inserts, and they do look a bit shimmery to me, but according to the spec sheets, they are just acrylic. So hey ho. And then, of course, when we get to the headstock, it's a bit custom shoppy with the binding and the flower pots, and that is, of course, mother of pearl inlay, and that's it. I've really enjoyed playing this. It's certainly one of the best guitars I've played. It's an absolute blinder, and it looks the absolute business. And other than the paintwork feature, looks pretty much unmarked to me. This hasn't been played. So, alright, that's it from me. Thank you for tuning in. Adios amigos. See you soon. Ta-ra.